What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Let's continue on our shenanigans with the anniversary pieces. Let's continue our discussion. Let's go. Alright guys, thanks again for joining me. We're back with the history of G-Shock anniversary watches. We discussed all the previous anniversary series and it was a lot to talk about. I got a lot of cool feedback and a lot of people talking about how they're not truly disappointed with this year's anniversary pieces, but they are in fact agreeing that there were a lot more pieces and a lot more series released in the past anniversary. So some people reached out and they were actually very helpful, and they were like, let's not get carried away. There's still a chance that in 2023, we'll see a lot more series to follow with the anniversary watch. So let's continue. Let's talk about the actual watches that so far we know are true that will be released for the 40th anniversary. So I want to give credit to G-Shock Central. They've always been very informative. www.gshockcentral.com. Very informative with releases, information, prices, and all that good stuff, where to get watches and whatnot. So I use them a lot as a resource and a source for information, along with other websites, Japanese websites and whatnot, that have a lot of cool information on upcoming releases. But let's talk about the actual 40th anniversary watches. But let's take a quick stop to look at this beautiful here Lightning Series titanium frogman. I had to bring it out, guys. So we're just talking about that from the last video. Here's one in the flesh. So yeah, 40th anniversary watches. So far, we've seen 3 different models that are expected to release. 2 of them already dropped. The third one's on the queue. It's actually in the pipeline, ready to be dropped off. I actually ordered one myself. Hasn't arrived. I wish I would have had it so I could do the video on it today, but unfortunately it's not in my hand to do that. It will be a video I actually put in the near future, so stand by for that one. So what do we have so far? We have the 40th anniversary Flare Red series. All right, first of all, let me criticize the name. Flare Red? What can it be? Red Flare. I think the Red Flare sounds better. It's a little ring to it, a little flow to it. The Red Flare series versus the Flare Red. It consists of 2 watches. We have a GWG2040FR-1, and that's just the GWG2000. It's a regular standard second series or second edition Mudmaster GWG2000. So it's nothing special, but they named it GWG2040 to recognize the 40th anniversary. That's a matte muster. It's going to retail for $1,100. It's going to be released worldwide, Japan, Europe. It's going to be released in the United States. A lot of people have actually already have already received that watch. So there, a lot of people are showing pictures and whatnot. And I'll share some of those with you guys momentarily. The second watch is the MTG-B3000FR-1. FR, if you haven't noticed, is for the acronym Flare Red. Pretty easy to remember. $1,300 for that one USD. Pretty steep. I mean, some people said like, oh my God, the prices are climbing and every year they get more expensive. But yeah, that's true. That is very true, actually. So the concept of these watches, of both these watches, on paper sounds amazing. Like I could have pictured being sitting at a table in a meeting and drafting up notes, and like, my God, this sounds cool. The GWG2000 and the MTG-3000 respectfully, but they have some cool effects. CASIO incorporated what I think is the glow-in-the-dark bezels, which look pretty cool in the dark. So for collectors, so far collectors have not accepted them very well. There's a few people who are like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. It looks really cool in person. But for the most part, I want to say that a lot of people are not thrilled. Some people are actually returning them. Some people are actually reselling them for under retail. So it looks like this one may not be a winner. I've yet to see one in person, so I'm curious to see what it actually looks like. So real life pictures seem to show that the watch glows in the dark. But it seems to be a little bit too dim. It's like barely visible, and when it is visible, it doesn't last very long. Even after you expose it to the sun, even if you expose it to UV lighting, it seems to glow momentarily and it kind of dies off. I think it looks great based on photographs, but I can see why people could complain in real life that it's not bright enough, doesn't last long, it's not long lasting, the glow effect. So that's kind of a letdown. But now let's talk about one of the anniversary pieces that I'm really excited about. The GMW-B5000 Eric Hayes. The collaboration is absolutely beautiful. Now, Eric Hayes is a familiar name for many of the old collectors. We know who he is. Not only has he designed a lot of G-Shock art for collabs, he's also personally collaborated with CASIO and released his own personal watches. So the first one he released was in 1999. It was the GWG2040FR-1 the Eric Hayes with the silver metallic design and the Hayes logo. That's what actually was the first G-Shock Hayes collaboration, and it's very popular even now. Then after that, in 2008, it was a G-304, which was released in 2006. It was a retro design. It had cloth bands. It's very comfortable, actually. I've actually owned that watch before. It's very comfortable, but it doesn't do it for me. It doesn't give me that wow factor that the Hayes watches before and after have for me. Then in 2008, Eric Hayes released the 25th anniversary, the GW-5600EH, the Eric Hayes, which is pretty cool. It's a clean white watch. It has the Eric Hayes familiar graffiti logo on it. Very clean, very subtle, but it is an Eric Hayes. Then in 2012, we saw the 30th anniversary, the GA110EH Eric Hayes, which I think was stunning. Very nice watch, the standard GA110 base model. It was making a splash back then. It was a very popular model. A lot of people were trying to collect all the GA110s, and Eric Hayes actually used that base model to collaborate with. The bands of this one had a semi-metallic effect, and it seemed to like glitter. It was really nice. I saw pictures of it, and the pictures were like, oh, that's cool, but in person, that watch is so nice. You have to see that one. One that I still have in my collection. Is very, very nice. Then in 2017, the 35th anniversary, they released the GA700 Eric Hayes. It was very underrated, I think, just because it's a black and white kind of dual color watch. The white design, it was like a white design and a matte black finish, which I think was cool, but it had a cool paint drip effect on the band. That's amazing. I love how they did that. It's a cool little spin-off, and I love how it actually incorporates into the watch. Very cool. The only problem is that when you wear it, you can't really see that because of the bands and how they overlap. But nevertheless, it's a nice piece to display. Now in 2023, we got news that he's actually releasing a 40th anniversary limited edition. The anniversary watch, I believe, is the best so far because of history. I think the fact that Eric Hayes has this history with G-Shock. He's been collaborating with them. He's been releasing and designing the anniversary numbers. Like this one here, the 35th, is actually Eric Hayes' design. So the fact that he's actually involved in the 40th anniversary, I think this is a great deal. So the watch itself, it's a GMW-B5000 Eric Hayes-1. It will retail for $720. It's not titanium, so it's a stainless steel watch. It has iron-plated bezel and stainless steel laser engraved bands. All right. So on the screw back of the watch, you can see the 40th anniversary logo that he designed himself. The watch also has the Hayes logo on the backlight, which I think is pretty neat. And you can illuminate it on command. The model has actually started to ship from numerous authorized dealers, including, like, for example, if you guys don't know where to get it, companies like Reed's, James Free. You can also order them directly from Casio. But check out all authorized dealers, local or online, and you can see that you can actually still get this GMW-5000 Eric Hayes watch. Now, personally, I think this one's going to be one that you want to collect. Now, I know everyone's a collector, and some people are flippers, and other people like to keep them, whatever it may be, whatever your reason may be. But this is one I think for both collectors and people, even for investment purposes, I think this is one that you might want to get. So back to the history, because of all the different releases in the past, how they had 2-3 different series for anniversary watches. To think that there's only 3 watches this year, it's a bit unlikely from Casio. I feel there will be more. I think Casio is actually going to wait for the actual 2023 year, and then they will release more watches. But only time will tell. guys see what I did there? See what I did there? Only time will tell. But yeah, hopefully they do, because I'm truly excited. Again, I waited too long for them to give me this, what is it called, the flare? I gotta see it in person, guys. I might end up coughing up dough and showing you guys videos on it, because I gotta see this in person. I'm sure it's nice, but I'm not sold on it. I want to see more series from G-Shock. I want to be wowed, and I think so far these three watches, aside from the Air case, I think they could do more. They could do better. All right. Thanks so much, guys, for following along. This has been the history of the 40th anniversary G-Shock and Casio collaborations and limited edition series. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully it was educational. And thanks for watching yet again. I'll bring you back soon with some more videos, including the Air case, as soon as I get it. So I'll be reviewing that on my channel as soon as possible. And with that, thanks for watching. This is Chicago. Holla at your boy. I'm out of here. Titanium. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? Look at that. Clean. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.
My G-Shock, I'm rocking 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 my G-Shock.